Okay.
All right. So what brought you to life-changing writing to begin with?
So what brought me to life changing writing was the fact that I felt stuck in the sense of my creativity, and I wanted to express myself, and I knew that writing had always been an effective outlet and an effective way for me to express myself in a way that wasn't, harmful or detrimental to myself or anyone. And I was asking, I was basically asking for something, a reason to have, a reason to write,
Mm.
and this course, like when I found out about it, it kind of came around at the right time. I saw it at the right time in the right place,
Mhm.
the right space, like space of mind, and I just reached out.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so what was it that made you know that it was the right choice to take this program?
You, you were the, it was the determining factor, because when we spoke on it, just how everything was presented, and then when we got a chance to speak on the phone for the perfect fit call, just by hearing you and hearing how passionate it is that you were in doing what you do,
Mm.
and then how passionate you were in even just speaking to me about the process of writing, period. And
Mm.
it excited me, and it was
Mm.
what I was looking for, as far as, hey, I would like to write, because I could simply, just take any writing course. But I didn't want to just take any writing course. I wanted to be a part of something where the educator was also enthusiastic about
Mm.
what they do, and it's really their field, not just something that they teach, because there wasn't any job openings, there wasn't a position open in what they look for, so to speak, but someone who actually chose doing something that they love and are seeking to prosper from it and help others. And that's something
Mm.
that very much lines up with the way that I try to live my life. So it was inspiring, like, okay, this is how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you felt like you had kind of felt a kindred spirit or a kindred energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, and likewise, obviously, because it worked out. And
Right.
then, how has your writing changed from when you the first day to the last day? So it's 5 weeks, but we met 2 times a week, and so that's 10 sessions. How did your writing change over the course of that time?
Man, it changed so much. It's, no, it changed in the sense of me being able to freely express myself more when I write, not
Mm.
hold back on paper the same way that I may feel inclined to hold back in everyday life. So
Mm.
when speaking to someone, you have certain ways that you feel like, oh, be sensitive about whatever it is that's going on, whether it's the way you feel about a certain subject, or way, they may feel. But writing and going through your course, it helped me to understand this writing is for you, ultimately.
Mm.
The writing portion of it, regardless of what you put down, anything can be everything, so to speak.
Mm.
I feel much more comfortable after having your course to get a pad out and not feel like, what am I going to write? What I'm going to write can be whatever comes to mind, and that's all right.
Wow. So it gave you a lot of permission. It helps you give
Yes.
yourself permission to, yeah. And it sounds
Yeah.
like it just opened a lot of doors with internal doors, right? Things that, like I say, one of my promises is that I'll show you how to transform blocks into portals of creativity. And it sounds like, would you say that that's what happened? You learned how to transform your blocks into openings? Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes.
Yay! We're doing it, life changing writing. Let's see. Oh, what were some of the highlights of the course for you?
Highlights of the course. Highlights of the course. One of the biggest highlights was just the first day that we all finally saw each other.
On video.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, there were the entire course to me was a highlight. If that sounds, whatever that sounds like, it met twice a week. So regardless of what was happening, I knew that it was necessary to have in my schedule. I knew it was necessary to be part of the group, because regardless of what day it was, the other members that were in the group, they always had good energy. They always had something to bring. You all.
Oh, you went out. You said you always what?
Whether it was a Sunday or the Wednesday. But definitely, we all got to see each other. And the day that we got a chance to share, even the first time we got a chance to read and share each other's, or just something from our own personal, the first time you asked to do a writing exercise, and we were all sitting there in silence on the phone. You know, we were all there waiting to get done, and you were like guiding us through it. You know, we had all this while we wasn't going to write, or what to write, or we didn't know what to write, and we all ended up starting out writing something that was more amazing than we even realized it as we were putting it down, once we were able to share it with each other, with one another.
Yeah, like y'all shocked me, because I was like, oh, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we back.
Okay. So are you referring to the very first day when everybody was talking about what they were going to write and then they couldn't quite articulate it? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the day where
I gave the writing prompt.
Yes.
Okay.
The first prompt you gave us, where you asked us to write.
Uh-huh.
And then we came back to share.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the topic was what was the topic?
When I said I gave you a prompt, I said something like I forgot to tell you, or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was a highlight as well, just because that was raw.
Oh wait, hold on. All kind of glitches. Hold on.
I need to move.
Go ahead.
So
okay, so you said you're referring to the time when I gave you guys the prompt.
That it was because it was raw. It was, we all had the opportunities, especially in the early stages of us being able to write and think about it and overthink it and figure out, does this sound good? Will it work? And that was the first time that we were able to put something down that was raw, that was just from our heart, our spirit, and share it on the spot. And I feel like that really connected us a bit more, because, it wasn't just a collection of writers. Now we were learning each other, understanding each other a little bit more, and I enjoyed it. It was a highlight.
Yeah, I guess because the moment is kind of vulnerable, right? Because you're just writing on the spot with something that you don't even know, you didn't even know what the prompt was going to be ahead of time. And then so everybody has to had like 5 minutes to write something to it. So yeah, I guess that would create bonding, huh? Because it's tense, but it's also vulnerable. And yeah, yeah. I wish we had done a little bit more of that. And so you pointed out how the everything in the course was a highlight and how you made sure it was a part of, I mean, you really scheduled it in. And I saw that because on Wednesdays, obviously you had your other angelic obligations. You're such an angel out there doing good deeds for the world. So you had another obligation of service that you were doing, but you still came on like while you were waiting for that to occur, you know, while you're in line for whatever, or picking people up and getting everybody situated, you still just hanging on as long as you could. So I really appreciated that. I appreciated your energy, what you gave in that way. And then it also demonstrated what you said, which is that it was so important to you that you weren't going to let anything stop you, you know, to the extent that you could be there on Wednesdays, you did it. Yeah. Let's see. We did. And you could talk about anything you'd like to talk about. I guess I would like to, who would you recommend for this kind of course? What kind of writer would you recommend for this course? And anything else you'd like to add?
I would recommend any style of writer that wants to improve and hone their craft for this. So anybody that feels like there's any opportunity for them to grow as a writer, I would suggest this for them. If their peak, their pinnacle, you know, maybe it's not for you, but I don't know anybody that has. And this course would be beneficial to anybody, specifically to an individual who knows they're a writer, but they may not know exactly how to start creating. But I feel like the knowledge that was given, and I feel like just the overall connection that this course provides, that you provide, it really puts anybody in a position to where they can find something that benefits their style of writing a little bit more. Because we talked about writing from, you know, poems to short stories, fiction, nonfiction, like everything across the board. It was really, we chose our style of writing. There was no, hey, this is what you do, this is how you write. So anybody that has an idea of how they write, they can learn from this, because even the individuals part of this particular course, we all didn't come in there as the same style of writer. We all didn't even, when we showcased our story, we didn't have the same story. We didn't share the same material. There wasn't a set format. So, but we were able to draw ideas and energy from everyone, even from the, hey, remember to write, you know, to the ideas that, you know, was being shared, whether it was on the social media platform or via text from you saying, hey, you know, look into this, you know, listen to this. There was a lot of information, and it was what you chose to do with it. And from that, every time we got a chance to pick up on this information from these different sources, we all got a chance to meet again and discuss how we felt about it, which then in turn made all of us understand not just what it meant to be a writer, what it means to be a writer, but also what it means to be connected, which speaks to the overall purpose of our writing and of your teachings. Because realizing that writing, yes, it could be therapeutic for us, or we may have a block for ourselves, but the information that we have to give, our style, unique styles of writing can impact and affect others as well, and help others in ways that we can't even necessarily see. So this course, I recommend this course for anybody who wants to broaden their horizon, especially if they're just simply writing by themselves. There's a particular treat. There's something special about coming together and writing as a collective. Your course provides life-changing writing provides.
Okay. Yay! and then you had mentioned about how you felt like you were able to or the course inspires you as a writer to be able to tell your story so that you can help us. And that's what the course is called, Life-Changing Writing in 5 Weeks. Start your book, inspire others, and leave your mark on the world. And so you feel like it does that. It helps you to do those things.
Yes, because more importantly, my style of writing also helped me to be able to speak to people a bit more, be able to engage with people, because that's something that I do on an everyday basis. And the more I was able to express and get through some blockages, internal blockages, and understand, that there was more of a connection, I was then able to speak to people more and continue doing work in my field, hone my craft a bit more when it came to engaging with individuals. Because when you feel like you don't have anything to say, or you feel like you don't have that voice, you tend not to use it. Or at least for myself, I put myself in situations where I was shy away from using it because I felt as though I didn't have it. Everything was up here. But the second I started being able to put it down on paper, express it, because this is truly how I feel. So I just recently, a couple days ago, I suggested this course to a man working at a bar in New York. And I was sitting there having a drink, waiting for my train, and really just enjoying, life, just sitting there, enjoying everything, taking it all in, looking around. And it was random because I had my camera on me, and he asked me, is that hard? Is that tough? And I told him, like, no, it's not tough. We had a little conversation about, photography for a minute, and I asked him, how did he express himself? Because writing, coincidentally, also helped me to get to a place where, I'm able to express myself this way. It's another art form. I can take it.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
so it affected other areas of your life.
So yes, when he then, that's when he was able to open up and say, I'm a writer, and I asked the question, like, how often do you write? When have you been writing? How, what's your process? And he's, take a book from your page, or a page from your book rather, asking him questions about writing. And he's sitting there like, I don't know, it's been so long since I've written. So instantly it's, check this out, get on Instagram, look at Love Music. That's the one that I gave him. So if he contacts you, that's the one. But he loves music.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry. It did it again. Hold on a second. Okay, so you said you're referring to the time. Told him to get on Instagram and
check out
the guy in New York on the train.
Check. And I explained, I said, I just got out of this course, 5 weeks. And my life is exactly what it says. It's called Life-Changing Writing. He's taking this information down because we're at the bar and he's trying to get the check to his customer. And he's sitting there trying to take it down his phone real quick. And it's like, listen to.
God, yes.
And it felt good to know that this is a valid source. This isn't, hey man, go try to write. You're looking to try to write. Okay, well, my friend, does a writing class. and just support. No. This is more than that. This is support someone who helped guide me to become a better version of myself through their work, through their and I'm greatly appreciative of it, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to be able to share this with you. You know, here you are in New York, and hopefully, you know, you do get a chance to connect with someone in California. Hopefully you do get a chance as this grows to connect with someone in Texas, in Barbados, and wherever they are, where they're able to say, hey, I'm a writer too. This is what I do. You know, I believe that, you know, especially the person working at the bar, I believe just in that exchange, you have great capability. You're grinding. You know what it is to, you know, work for everything it is that you're going to receive. And when it comes to this writing, even going through your course, something that I realized even more than I, you know, knew before, but I'm able to articulate now, is the simple fact that, yes, you have this God-given ability, but it's necessary for you to hone that craft. And you have to be able to sit down, whether it's sitting down or not, that's just metaphorically, but do the work is what you have to ultimately do. You can say you're a writer all day long. And until you begin, you're just, it's potential. And you can have that potential until the day that you no longer have breath. But you have breath, have the ability to start working on your craft. You still have you still have a purpose. And if you feel that strongly, take that leap. So
Oh yeah, thank you. And I really even appreciate how you're like, it's not even just like, oh, take this course because my friend is giving this course, because actually we were complete strangers to each other, right? You just found me randomly on Instagram. Yeah, it's after the course that we're like, oh my gosh, yes, you feel like a friend. Yeah. Okay, one last thing is, do you feel like you got the value of what you paid for the course? Do you feel like you got the value of your investment?
Yes. When it comes to the investment, the price of, just the price of anything, you have to feel like you're getting the most out of it. You're getting your money's worth, or, you know, whatever it is that you put into it, but you're also getting, you know, your time's worth, everything else. With your course, I felt like it's almost priceless, if you could put that label on it. It's priceless. It is. Honestly, I would.
You make me cry.
I would love to say that as this course grows, that you'll be able to charge double this at least comfortably for the same thing that you gave up, and worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Because
oh my gosh,
for an individual to understand what it takes to actually start creating and expressing, that's, you can't put a price on expressing yourself. Like, that's what we're here to do. And if you're not, then you're lacking. You're lacking in some area, and you could be better. It's not that you're completely depleted, but you could be better. And to sit there and know that there's a course that's not, it's in line with a college course, but you don't have to sit there all day. You don't have to be in the class for X amount of hours. You can write on your free time. You're given all the perks, the examples, the knowledge that you're getting from any other professor that you would get, and more, because now you're getting this out of class time. Now you're getting this individual who's willing to sit there and talk to you on the phone for an extra hour. Y'all need an extra hour? I got an extra hour. Y'all need extra time? I got extra time. Walk steps, talk to each person individually on top of the class time if need be. You can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on, hey, I have this comes to writing, and do you know something? And off the top, you can sit there and say, yes, here's 1, 2, and 3 steps. You know what? I'm not sure on 4 just yet. Let me go ahead and find 4 for you because I know exactly how to get to 4. Here's 4. And you go, wow, all I have to do freely express myself. That is priceless.
Wow.
In a world where we're having trouble finding identity, in a world where we're having trouble figuring out what it is that we're here to do, if you believe that you are a writer, you believe that you are here to do this, you should take this course. And it is worth your investment.
Oh my gosh, that's a heart. Thank you, Jamel. Oh, okay.